Today I wanted to share a 7-step process of how to rebuild your wardrobe from scratch that will give you all the tools that you need to succeed on your wardrobe journey. Hi guys, if you're new here, I'm Val, and I started rebuilding my wardrobe about 5 years ago, and I'm really happy with where it's at right now, but I made a lot of mistakes along the way. So today I wanted to talk about what I would do different if I was building my wardrobe from scratch in 2022 with all the knowledge and experience that I've learned over the years. So the very first step that I would take and that you should take is just start with what you have. I think it's really tempting to just throw out our old wardrobe and start building a new wardrobe, but that can be really wasteful. I think it's really important as you start rebuilding your wardrobe to first pull out the items that are your favorite that you know you like, even if they're not perfect. Maybe down the line you'd want to upgrade to a little bit of a different version of that item. But for now, those items will give you a really nice direction of what you want your style to be eventually. So even if you have a lot of items in your closet that you really don't like, that you don't want to wear again, just start by making like a really small capsule wardrobe of the items that you do like. And then as you go on building your wardrobe, you'll just add on to that little core that you have already in your closet. And the reason for this is that if you just go out and buy a whole new wardrobe, you're gonna make a lot of mistake purchases because you don't really have a lot of clarity yet. You'll probably just end up in that same situation again. So step 2 is going to be to set some clear goals and directions that you want your style and wardrobe to head in the future. This is where you're really going to dig deep and figure out what kind of styles you like, what kind of clothes would be practical for your life and for your lifestyle. It can be tempting just to look at Pinterest and think, that's cute, I want to dress like that. But really think about what your life is like, what your lifestyle is, what kind of clothes you need on a daily basis. Because you're going to want your wardrobe to work for you and to be practical for your life so that you actually wear it. Here you're going to also want to think about what kind of clothes you don't like to wear so that you make sure you don't buy those again. So you can go look in your closet and see what kind of clothes you don't like that are in there and just make a mental note or write it down somewhere to not buy that color or that kind of fit or style again. Here it's also good to make a loose color palette that you'd love your wardrobe to have. This is not like set in stone that you have to stick to, but in this step, you're really trying to just get a general idea of what you want your style to be, and you'll kind of walk that out and figure out if that's right for you later, but for now you're just kind of making a game plan for your wardrobe. And if you need some more help in figuring out what your style is, I do have a series on my channel about how to find your style. I believe it's 4 or 5 videos, and I'll link it down below in the notes, so I think it's really helpful if you watch that. So the next step is going to be to do a simple declutter and assessment of your wardrobe. Now this doesn't have to be like a super deep declutter where it's really overwhelming. You can just pull out the items that you love from your wardrobe, the things that are working for you, and everything else, just take it out of your closet or even just push it back towards the back for now. You don't need to actually get rid of anything yet. You can just pack the items away that are not working for you or just move them to the back of your closet, and that will already give you a little bit more clarity about what you like and kind of the direction you want your wardrobe to head. In this step, you're also going to want to assess what's left and see what you'd like to add and what's missing from your wardrobe. And I think it's a really good idea to start with basic items first. So first see if you're missing tops, bottoms, sweaters that are really basic and that will add a lot of versatility to your wardrobe. So write that down on your wish list. And then next you can look at the direction that you want your style to go and see if there's any statement items that you'd like to add that will really infuse your wardrobe with your personal style. I like to say that your wish list should be really high impact so that every item that you add is really gonna level up your wardrobe and make it reflective of the style that you wanna have. You don't wanna just add a bunch of filler pieces that will just muddle everything up again and kind of distract you from your wardrobe goals. And one last thing that's important for this step is to start tracking the items that you're buying and how well they're working out for you. At the very beginning of my wardrobe journey, I started a style notebook and I would write down what I bought that year, how much I bought it for, and then how well it lasted or if it was still my style by the end of the year. And that really helped me to figure out maybe what brands not to buy from, what stores not to buy from, if the items that I was buying were falling apart too quickly, and also showed me what my style was, because I would buy something that I thought I would like, but then by the end of the year I realized that's not my style after all. Okay, so now we're on to step 4, and this is where I would really take some time to learn some basic styling skills maybe even some style rules that I want to follow for myself. So what I mean by that is to really learn about what you like to wear. This is where you kind of experiment, trying on different silhouettes, different styles, and really nailing down what kind of outfits you like to wear, what kind of proportions you like. You know, do you like an oversized top with like a high-rise slim bottom? Or maybe you like the opposite with like a really slim top with an oversized bottom. This is really where you kind of play around with your wardrobe more and really tune into what you like and what kind of proportions make you feel good. Another thing you can do in this step is figure out a few outfit formulas that you love to wear that you know will always make you feel good. For me, I really like to wear a tucked in kind of a loose fitting t-shirt with a high-rise bottom and like a cardigan on top. Whenever I wear that outfit formula, I always know that I'm gonna feel good. It makes me feel confident, and I just really like how I look in that kind of outfit. So figure out what kind of formulas you like to wear, and that's gonna make it really easy for you to get dressed in the morning because you know you have some foolproof outfit formulas that will always work for you. So here I would also recommend that you start taking pictures of your outfits for maybe 2 weeks. This will really help you to see how your outfits look, if that's important to you. So, you know, put on something that you love, snap a picture of it, and then you'll have a little library on your phone of outfits that you really like and that you know work for you. And that can also help you to figure out maybe why you didn't like an outfit, because then you'll kind of get to look at it and analyze it and figure out why it didn't work for you. And the last thing that you can do in this step is to start learning different ways that you can style your clothes. So you could watch YouTube videos about different ways to style outfits. You can watch my channel, I have some videos like that. I'm really just starting to learn the basics of outfit styling, kind of what goes into a good outfit. You know, there's things like the rule of 3, where it's like if you wear 3 items, it really makes your outfit complete. But then again, just make sure that it works for you so you can learn some things and then kind of tweak them a little bit so that they work for you. So step number 5 is gonna be to start wearing your new wardrobe and see how you feel in it. This is kind of where everything starts to come together, where you actually wear your new outfits. You know, the only way that we can really tell if our wardrobe is working for us is to wear it, get comfortable with it, and figure out if something was our style after all or not. Sometimes if we try a new style or a new kind of outfit formula, we can feel a little bit awkward or uncomfortable in it, but that doesn't mean that it's not working. Sometimes that just means it's new, it's something new that we haven't done before. So to get comfortable, you really just have to wear it and wear it a lot and just see how you feel in it. So this is also the step in the journey where you kind of start to realize that you've made some mistakes along the way, and that's totally fine. That's gonna happen. You should expect that it's gonna happen. This is where you realize, hey, that new thing I bought, I actually hate it. That can be super disappointing to figure out at first, but that's really part of the process, you know. The only way that you can tell if something's gonna work or not is if you wear it and actually use it in your regular life. The main thing to realize in this step is that mistakes will happen, but as you go further in this process, you'll make less mistakes because you're gonna really start fine-tuning what you like, what colors and styles you like, and it will kind of become better as you go. So don't give up in this step. So now we're on to step 6, which is where you're gonna refine your style and your wardrobe. So now that you went through that experimental phase, you're really on to the next step where you're gonna be refining your style and really nailing down what you like. This is the step where you're getting really good at your style formulas, your outfit proportions. You're really good at styling your clothes because you've gone through that phase of trial and error where you figure out what you like to wear, what you don't like to wear, and everything is just becoming really clear now. At this point, you're gonna wanna assess your wardrobe and kind of check in with your wardrobe goals and see if you're still on the same page. After you've gone through the process a little bit, maybe some things have changed and you realize that you want your vibe to be a little bit different, or you want to add some different clothes to your wardrobe than you initially thought. I think in the beginning, our wardrobe goals can be kind of wishful thinking, things that we wish we could look like, but then after you kind of live through it a little bit, you really realize kind of the more practical aspects of what you want your wardrobe to be. And that's really good because you kind of have to go through that process of this is what I wish I wanted, and now this is kind of what I know I need. And at this point, your wish lists are gonna become really more intentional and make a higher impact to your wardrobe, because now as you're kind of more at the end of this process, every item that you add to your wish list is gonna be really high impact and make a bigger statement to your wardrobe. So if before you bought a lot of basic pieces that you were missing, this is where you're gonna start adding more of those like statement pieces that really have your wardrobe head in the direction that you want it to go. So this is also where you're gonna wanna make a lot of notes about what worked through this process and what didn't work, because the only way that we can learn is if we really kind of sit and think about what worked and what didn't. So write down some notes maybe of brands or styles that didn't work for you and that you don't want to buy in the future. Write down the things that you realized you really love to wear and what really makes you feel good. If you started a style notebook in the beginning, then you can kind of keep adding notes to that. But if you haven't yet, then I would really recommend at this point to start a notebook where you can keep track of everything that you're learning. Now we're on to step 7, which is to assess and repeat every season. So if you're at this point in your style journey, this is where you feel really confident in your wardrobe and you have already a lot of pieces in your closet that you love and that you know make you feel good. And this is the point where you've got it. You know what you're doing at this point. So on this last step, you really want to keep checking in every season and assessing your wardrobe just to make sure it's still working for you. And I would recommend doing a mini declutter every season just to take out any items that maybe are muddling your style again and that are distracting from where you want your style to go. And at the end of each season, you can assess your wardrobe again and write down anything that was missing and make a really intentional wish list. And then when that season comes again, you'll be ready. You'll have a wish list and you're not just gonna buy a bunch of random things that you don't need. And this is the step where you really should be enjoying your wardrobe because it's really working for you. You feel great in it. This is the step that I'm at, honestly, because I've really worked on my wardrobe a lot over the years and I feel really great in it right now. Everything that I have in my closet mostly works together. I can build different outfits. I feel really confident in my clothes and it's a really great place to be at. So I have one last bonus tip at the end here, and that's to take your time. This process really does take time. It took me over 5 years to get to where I am right now. And again, it has to take time because you really need to see if what you bought is working for you. You really need to kind of test everything that you buy and just make sure that it's your style after all. So just be okay with taking it slow and know that it's gonna be a process, a journey. There will be mistakes, but don't give up because it's so worth it, guys. The wardrobe that I have right now, I'm so content with it. Again, it's not perfect, but it really works for me and I just love it. If you guys want to hear even more tips, you can watch this video here where I talk about 10 things I did right as I was building my wardrobe. So if this video was not enough for you, go ahead and watch that one. Bye, guys.